You good boy? You good boy? Hmm? You good boy? Hmm? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good morning. Good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Where is it? Where's your toy? Go get it. Go get it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Ricky. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Every time I see Kevin McHugh come on, I wonder if it's his wife. I bet it is. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. How is everybody doing? It is Tuesday. I'm sitting outside because I love the sounds of the birds. And drinking coffee and blah, blah, blah. Hi, Rickles. Anyway, so we talk a lot about narcissists in regards to relationships. Oh, you found your toy? Oh, really? We talk... All right, Sparrow. Do you need to take that inside? That's annoying. Oh, you brought it to me? Thank you. We talk a lot about narcissists in regards to... I can't, y'all. I cannot. Meanwhile, just so you know, we were out here for 30 minutes enjoying the sounds. Homeboy didn't make a peep. Now, Sparrow, take that inside. Come here. Don't show that to Daddy. Here, squeak that in there. Okay, let's try this again. Anyway, we talk a lot about narcissists in regards to relationships, right? Because that seems to be where most people encounter or believe they encounter their first narcissist. Truth be told, many people who encounter their first narcissist typically do so in their mother. They just don't know that their mother's a narcissist because it's the only behavior they've ever seen from their mother. But there are numerous signs that your mother is a narcissist. But one telltale sign is that they enjoy favoritism. They love to favor kids, grandkids, and sometimes they do it overtly, sometimes they do it in a passive-aggressive way. But one of the signs from that favoritism is they typically try to take your children from you, sometimes physically, but mostly in a joking, emotional way. Jamie, what do you mean? Well, things like this. When you discipline your child in front of your mother, and she instinctively takes that child and pulls that child close as if to protect from mommy, and says things like, I don't know why she has to yell at you like that. It's really unnecessary, don't you agree? And the child looks at grandma and goes, yes, adult I trust. I do agree that the way mommy is disciplining me is unnecessary, right? The child now learns that they have a comfort or a safe zone in grandma. That now becomes a line that grandma has drawn in the sand with your child and you. And this starts out small, right? And the behavior, it picks up and picks up and picks up to the point where they say things like, I know you don't do well at, family functions, whatever. You can't keep why don't you just let the kids come with me, or I'll take the kids because you can't, And before you know it, grandma has interjected herself in the way that you deal with your children and the way that you handle your children. Suddenly the kids are saying, I want to go with grandma. And you're going, wait, what? You don't even know grandma. What? And this isn't like the typical, I want to go with, I just want to be with my grandparents. That's not what I'm talking about. The behavior is also, it's always interesting when the grandparent, your mother, was a discipliner when you were young. They spanked, hit with belts, shoes, dustbusters, whatever. And now when you try to discipline your child, they critique you, they shame you, they instinctually protect the child, they talk down to you, they say things in front of the child that diminishes your role as a mother. These are narcissistic traits. And right now you're going, well, is my mom a narcissist? Maybe not. Maybe she just really doesn't want you yelling at your kid. But it goes along with favoritism. Does your mom show favoritism in the family? Does she typically elevate the boys and put the boys on a pedestal? Does she consistently compare you to your sister? Try to form a wedge. Narcissistic mothers love to form wedges between their children and then be the one that brings them back together. In other words, Diane, I talk about spouses and lovers and all the time. Today it's about mothers. That's why. They typically will find a way to draw a wedge between you and your sister by either telling you things your sister said about you or telling you things your sister did to her that would cause you to confront your sister. Then once there's a divide, you guys are not talking, mom likes to sweep in and be the hero. Come on, talk to your sister. She's your sister, right? That is a narcissistic trait. Mothers who favor children, when they divide and conquer between their own kids and then want to be the heroes to bring them all back together, when they consistently elevate the boys, he's a prince, he's a king, he's a whatever, and you're like, he's a what? He smells like shit. What kind of princes and kings are you hanging out with? Okay? That is a big one. But the shaming of your parenting in front of your children is a telltale sign. I don't give a what your mother says. When you discipline your child in front of your mother and she instinctively protects your child and slights you and talks to your child about your behavior, I don't think mommy has to yell. Do you think mommy has to yell? Narcissistic behavior. Get your hands off my kid. Mind your damn business. Put your lips back on your face. Give me my kid. Shut your face. Go. Skidoo. Skidoo. How come you seem to know so much about narcissism? Oh, do you guys love the passive-aggressive comments? Because I'm a narcissist. Because I grew up with one. And because I was in a relationship with one for years. That's how I seem to know. Anyway, so I share this with you because a lot of times we are so conditioned to believe that the behavior we're seeing from our parents is normal because it's all we have ever known. Oftentimes, until I do these videos, people do not become aware of their parents' behavior until they go, oh my God, my mother does that to me all the time. Yeah. Oh, I could give you a whole list of telltale signs that your mother is a narcissist. Absolutely. The guilt trips. Yes, Lukey, I can see your comment. The guilt trips. Today I just wanted to talk about favoritism and the way that they try to alienate your children emotionally, mentally, or physically. And sometimes the alienation is so slight that unless you are paying attention, you won't even notice it. But I'm telling you, oh, okay, fair enough. Let me say this. Rio, sorry, clearly I'm a little sensitive this morning. I have one friend whose mother never says I love you to her, but always constantly showers her children with love. And it is a tool. It's a tool. If you can say I love you to this person, you can say I love you to this person. If you can't say I love you to this person, you know, it's like love is not a weapon. It's not a tool of manipulation or control. And yes, it's the same for fathers. My experience with fathers is stunted. Because my father died when I was 17. So I don't talk as much about fathers because like I said, my experience with fathers is stunted. Also, my father wasn't a narcissist. My father was just a dope ass hippie from Brooklyn. So again, just to sort of recap, favoritism is a big tool of narcissistic mothers. They like to say, do you have a favorite? Tell me the truth. Who's your favorite? Not you. And whichever kid is not fighting, that's who my favorite is. Don't you just love your boy? You love your boy, right? I mean, the girls, but you love your son, right? Ugh, shut up. Blech. Stop talking to me. They love the favoritism. They love to divide and conquer, right? They say things like, to my kids, what do you have to keep bothering your sister for? Stop bothering your sister. You're such a scooch. Move over. Go to another chair. Then they alienate that child and make this child feel special. And then once they've done that and they feel guilty about it, they say, be a good sister. Go make up with your sister. Don't emotionally manipulate my children and pull them in 15 different directions. Don't do that. They're 10 and 7. They don't understand. Drives me nuts. I don't like it. As you can tell. As you can tell, I'm not here for it. I'm not down for it. So anyway, that's it. That's my eye-opening telltale sign for you. The one with your kids is big. I'm telling you now, when you say something to your child and that your mother pulls your child in and demeans your parenting efforts in attempts to make herself look like the hero, that is a atypical narcissistic trait. Now, she may not be a full-blown narcissist, but that's a narcissistic trait. Nobody should be undermining or demeaning your parenting efforts in any way, especially not in a way that calls attention to your children about the way you parent. Like, now you may want to know, well, Jamie, what if your mother really just doesn't agree with your parenting? Okay, fair point. Maybe you say something to your child that your mother doesn't agree with. Okay, narcissistic mother pulls your child in, which is a very loving gesture, makes her look like the hero. The child feels protected from your parenting, and they speak to your child visibly. Mommy really doesn't need to raise her voice like that, does she? Demeaning, turning the child against you. That's one way. That's a narcissist way. Here's what a normal parent would do. Olivia, honey, give me a second to talk to your mom. Okay, Grandma. Olivia skirts away. The mother says to the mother, the grandmother says to the mother, Jamie, listen, I really don't like when you yell at the kids, honey. It makes me very uncomfortable. Let's try to find another way. Mom, please don't tell me how to parent. Okay, Jamie, I'm not going to tell you how to parent, but when we're together so rarely. Could you please not yell at them? It's very upsetting to me. Okay, for the healthy conversation, I'm here for it. I will make a better effort. Yes, I will. Thank you. See the difference? See the difference. And when your mother goes behind your back to talk about you to your kid, that's when you got to cut all the boundaries, go up, and they stay there, and they stay there. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Boundaries up. That's it. That's what I don't go for. You talk about me to my kids, about me behind my back? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Definitely not. You got to go. You got to go. So here's the thing. These are things that I have been through. Hi, Kayla. These are things that I have been through. These are things that I will not tolerate. And I share these with you so that you can be aware of the way that people treat you around your children and, whatever, and you can set boundaries accordingly. I don't like to say this stuff to you. Don't you think some of it embarrasses me? Don't you think there's a part of me that wishes I could say to you, my dad didn't die. My mother was Betty Crocker. Really, really even-tempered. Never spanked, never flew off the handle, always never embarrassed me. Really, really good to me. I mean, don't you think I would prefer to say all of that? I don't like to sit here and tell you that I was in an abusive. Si tú me quieres, Kayla, y yo te quiero también. I would much rather tell you that it was all very normal and healthy. I don't like to sit here and tell you I was in abusive relationships or struggle with my mother. There's part of me that carries shame about that. So I don't like to say it, but I do because I know that it will help somebody else. And that's the whole point of this. It's like, who else? Laura Robarge just asked a really important question. Are there conversations that you can have with narcissistic mothers that will change them, or is boundaries and separation the only way? Listen, I would be lying if I said to you that I didn't try the conversations as well. It can't hurt to try. I would sit them down and say, maybe you don't realize that this is what you're doing. But here are the things that you do that don't work for me, and see how they react. Sometimes the conversation, it needs to be pointed out to them, and they feel remorse and they want to be better. Sometimes they change briefly, and then because they've been that way for so long, they don't know how to change permanently, and they go back to sort of who they are, and you just have to. I often find that the conversations are best had in the immediate situation. Meaning, for example, if you're at a family function and your mother is there with your children, you go up to your mother and you say, remember our boundaries while we are here. Do not discuss me with my children in any capacity. Enjoy them, love them, but do not talk about me. Do not talk about my parenting. A lot of times you have to do it in the moment. They get a little defensive, but if they want to be part of your life, they need to be reminded. Anyway, look, some people have had amazing mothers. They've pointed it out. And I love that for them. And I want that for them. Some people, have had mothers in this way, that have Oh, Lord. Anyway, look. At the end of the day, it takes all types to make the world go round. And all right, Morgan Elizabeth, here's what you could do. You could suck my ass all the way from the back because you have no idea what you're talking about. Girl, oh my God, I wish you would come see me, girl. I wish you would. Okay, folks, I must be getting my period because I clearly cannot navigate this conversation without getting... Old Jamie is here. She must be getting her period. Oh, Lord. Anyway, yes, Cheryl Willis, my grandmother was like that with my mother. It's very sad. It's very sad because my grandmother was that way, and, you know, it's... look, my mother's not all bad. My mother's not all bad. There's a lot of my mother that is wonderful. But anyway. All right. So I love you guys. And they took the button off for no, Morgan wasn't talking about her mother, Sandra, but I appreciate you looking out for Morgan, Susan. All right, y'all, let me get off this because I'm already starting fights with people. Everybody be good. Yes, Deborah, I love that. I love you guys so much today. Have a beautiful Tuesday. I love you. Eat healthy. Take a walk on the wild side. Listen to music that makes you feel good. I love you. Have a great, great day.